Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy Wednesday out there. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. The first kind of day with a little more sunshine, at least away from the lake here, Ryan.
You know what? The temperatures have been good so far this week. You know, Monday got off to maybe a little gloomy start, but I've been super happy about how things are turning out.
Yeah, I went for a walk yesterday and it was still cloudy and foggy and
Yeah.
everything. I was like sweating. It was
Yeah.
like 72 degrees and my legs are starting to cramp up because I haven't walked in forever. And I was sweating like crazy. I'm like, geez, it's actually kind of warm outside. It's a little bit decent.
Yeah, I played a little morning golf on Tuesday morning, and you can't even tell that we're in September, you know?
It's weird.
Yeah.
I still got to do the old swim in my parents' lake, and I might do it this Thursday.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be about mid to upper 70s outside, so that might be the day that we don't take a dive out in the old lake. We'll see what happens.
No better time than the present.
Well, hey, there we go.
Especially when the forecast looks good.
Seriously.
Sorry, I'm adjusting in my chair because I was telling Hunter, I woke up this morning and my neck's absolutely tweaked. I'm trying to figure it out, but I try to put on a lot of icy hot, try to solve the situation. Has not been solved yet. So
What did Ben say to you when you were on the golf course?
he said you smell like icy hot, and I was like, yep, I put a ton on. So yeah.
Such an
But-
old person problem.
Yeah.
At 29 years old.
Yeah, but
Dang it, Ryan.
It's probably from all that Boundary Waters lifting. But
Probably.
we are happy to be back in action for another day here on Northern Life. Let's get to a few viewer comments, including one from Beth, who wanted to let us know City and Madison did a great job filling in for you guys. Yeah, I got a lot of awesome positive comments about Sydney and Madison. Big thanks to them for helping us solve the situation. You know, Hunter's truck, me being out of town. But big thanks to them for helping us in a crunch.
Good knowing that we can also get stranded again if that ever happens again. We're good to have those two fill in if that ever happens.
Would you ever want to get stranded again?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Especially in Mitchell, South Dakota.
Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't get stranded in the
Yes.
middle of nowhere. Yeah. Well, hey, after Hunter's truck fiasco, our viewer Kevin asked us, did Hunter get a new job? I heard he's now working as a truck mechanic in South Dakota.
Much like somebody who would go wash dishes if they couldn't pay for their meal, I had to, yes, work as a truck mechanic.
You had to find a job at the Corn Palace?
Yes, I was showing people around the Corn Palace, the 20-minute tour that it takes to go around the Corn Palace. No, I didn't get a job out there. I was joking that I was looking at Walmart. I was looking at Cabela's. They've got a Cabela's out there.
Cabela's is nice. I do like Cabela's.
That was pretty
Yeah.
cool. So I was looking for jobs out there, but luckily it was brief enough to where I didn't have to get a job.
You know, I actually went to the Bass Pro Shop in Hermantown for
Yeah.
the first time recently. I got
What'd
my
you think?
fishing license. It is really nice in there.
Super
Staff
nice.
also super friendly.
Got the fish in there and
Yeah.
everything that you could ever want in there. Oh, it's an angler's paradise up there.
It certainly is.
Yep.
Well, hey, if you're traveling like Hunter and like me, like I did recently, it sounds like Americans are traveling to celebrate Oktoberfest too. The world's biggest beer bash kicked off over the weekend in Germany, with tourism officials expecting up to 100,000 U.S. visitors to make the trip this year. Now, the tradition actually dates all the way back to 1810 when it began as a royal wedding celebration. Now, more than 2 centuries later, that party's still going strong.
Wow, can you imagine being in Germany for Oktoberfest? That would be
Man.
wild.
That'd be so much fun.
I would love to do that. If I could fly, I would definitely be over there in Germany.
You're not going to make the flight to Oktoberfest?
I don't think so. I
Oh.
don't think so. Also, by the way, how come all of our celebrations here in the Northland are usually in September? I never see
know,
them in October, really.
I guess I'm not sure. Probably to take advantage of the weather that we're having, as opposed
That
to our
makes sense.
Northland October weather.
I wonder what
Yeah.
it's like in Germany this time of year, because I bet they're not too far south or north from where we are
Yeah.
on the old latitude, longitudinal thing. So I'll dive deep into that and see what Germany's forecast is for the Oktoberfest.
That's one of those commercial break look-up
Yes,
things.
yes.
Well,
Yep.
hey, out there, if you're unsure whether your partner prefers roses, tulips, or sunflowers, it may be time to ask them. That is because 1 in 4 Americans don't know their partner's favorite flower. However, here's the thing. Even if you don't know, just be sure to get them anything. That is because the survey conducted by Bloomsy Box also found 19% of the people who took the survey sadly say they have never received flowers from their significant other.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter what their favorite kind is. You know, flowers are beautiful no matter what they are. So get them whatever you can, you know?
I don't know if I could recall Mary's favorite flower.
Really?
Yeah, but here's the thing, Hunter. I had to, well, we did it together, but we had to repot plants, our indoor plants, the other day for the second time.
Oh, my God.
Because the first time they were growing too big, but now we had fungus gnats. I don't know if you've
Really?
ever had fungus gnats in your soil at your
No.
indoor plants. They are terrible. We tried all the different things to solve them, but now we're just trying to give them new soil.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
really too bad. I bet that's time consuming having to move everything over. And how many plants do you have in there?
We have like probably about 8. So,
Oh my gosh, that's a whole day right
yeah,
there.
we did that on Monday night too. So Mary actually went to Disney World for a trip while I was in the Boundary Water. So it's like the last thing we wanted to do after a long vacation with a lot of
Yes.
work. And but we had to get it done because you can't just have gnats flying around inside your apartment.
No,
Yeah.
it's disgusting. Oh, that's too bad. Well, I'm glad you figured it out anyway.
Well,
Hopefully the gnats are gone for the most part.
Hopefully, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, hey, a Wisconsin couple reached a milestone this week. 76 years of wedded bliss. They celebrated the happy moment by renewing their vows the minute they laid eyes on each other as teenagers way back in 1945. Faye and Dewey Bartell knew they were the ones for each other. Faye says no matter what, they always made time for each other, where it was laughing, ballroom dancing, or going away on vacation. As for advice on success in relationships, Faye says, just be good to one another.
That's so sweet. I love the renewing
No.
of the vows. It's 76 years. That's a long time there, Ryan.
Yeah, and Dewey, later on in that story, I picked the best video, but Dewey sadly fell asleep during the interview.
Dewey,
So, I
no!
know.
Come on,
Yeah,
buddy.
So sorry to say that, Dewey, but it was like, oh, it's sweet.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
That really is.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, let's turn to the world of sports here, where the Badger football team is moving on after apparently a tough loss on Saturday. So to forget about that game, some players actually spent the morning reading to kids in the Madison area. Several Badger football players had some quality time with those second-grade students. The Badgers read books, talked about their love of reading, and now UW Athletics has partnership with the Madison School District, where student athletes visit classrooms on a weekly basis, inspiring more kids to pick up a book.
What a great program that is, and a good way to forget about the horrible loss that they suffered a little bit ago.
Hopefully, I didn't have to answer any questions from those kids about maybe possibly why they played so poorly.
Why were you so bad the other night? Oh my
Pick up
God.
a book. Stop asking questions. Like coming up, another amazing season of Survivor gets underway tonight. We have your preview next.
Welcome back, folks. Down in Iowa every year, thousands of young girls build courage, confidence, and character through Girl Scouts.
Meanwhile, there's a troop who's also breaking barriers. Jody Long introduces us to Troop 535.
Hi, hola, ¿cómo están?
After a long summer, Troop 535 is back together.
There you go.
And it's like no time has passed at all.
I know her. You knew her? Yeah, because she was my friend.
Together, these friends are learning the value of listening and following directions,
Muchachas, we're gonna fold it.
cutting and creating,
What are you working on?
I'm making a boat. It has a fence right here.
building boats. 9-year-old Jimena hope doesn't sink.
Can I use the glue? Yes. Thank you. Okay. Hope it sticks. I hope it sticks.
A messy project you might not expect would bring their troop leader to tears.
Gosh, I feel so honored to be a part of their lives. They're so special to me. I'm gonna try not to get emotional.
Troop 535 is Iowa's only bilingual troop.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
The majority of these girls speak Spanish at home and are finding their voice here.
They understand and recognize how different they are from their Girl Scout sisters, like just one from the other, and they celebrate that.
Girl Scouts says there is always a need to better connect with families whose first language isn't English. This troop offers cultural similarities. Its troop leader speaking to the girls and their parents in Spanish.
Ya no está encargada de hacer el fuego. I think the parents especially feel very comfortable being able to express themselves in their own language, and it allows them to engage more with their girls' lives and their activities.
Activities teaching young girls life skills and valuable life lessons,
Not gonna give up.
the same way Girl Scouts has done for decades.
I bet if you keep trying, you can get it.
Never give up.
Never give up, that's right.
Now, just in a different language. Jody Long, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Oh, I gotta love that. I took 4 years of Spanish in high school, and I wish I would have continued to learn more. I've been to Cancun. We're going back to Cancun, actually, I believe in January next year. So we really wish we would have kept it up, and it's cool to see that the kids are learning at that age.
And that's the best way to do it, is just immerse yourself fully within the language. I mean, get a couple pointers early on, but then you really can pick up a lot just by hanging around people that speak that language. It's very cool.
It was very cute too, hearing the girls say, "I know her because I'm friends with her," or whatever. We're joking.
I'm
We
her
say
friend.
that- we say that whenever we meet one of you guys out in public, you go, "Do you know Hunter?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I know him. He's my friend."
It's true.
It's
Very
true.
Yep. Tonight here on Northern News Now, CBS kicks off its fall season with the sizzling premiere of Survivor 49.
Yeah, host Jeff Probst has our behind-the-scenes preview.
This is Survivor 49. Survivor 49 started off with heat. Heat, heat, heat. Just wears you down.
This is extremely hard. Like, we're struggling out here.
I smell gross. I can't imagine on day 26. You're gonna be like way back there.
This group was really funny. And the funny came from the heat.
One thing that the military did teach me is embrace the suck. So when things are extra sucky, I'm extra happy.
There was a correlation between how hot it was and them kind of losing their minds.
I wish I could hug myself, but that's weird.
We have a lot of players fans are going to relate to.
If I can walk away with joy or the light at the end of the tunnel after a lot of dark years, then I will be very fulfilled.
I'm married, and during the application process, we got pregnant. I gave her the option to bow out to be there. She said, no, you got to go and bring that money home, and we'll have a family waiting for you.
My brother was diagnosed with autism, and he didn't really have many friends, so I was kind of his best friend.
I started working in film in 2000, which culminated in producing films for Marvel Studios.
Everything I've done as a journalist has prepared me for this game. I'm gonna slowly pull out everybody's story and use that against them.
The players knew that we were not fully cast on Survivor 50. I'm not saying anybody will end up on 50. It wasn't a guarantee that we were going to take somebody from 49. But we did go into 49 saying, we're open. You're good, go Hina! 49 is unique. It starts off very tough and it ends very unpredictable. And in between, you have this mesh of people come together and having to figure it out. And you're gonna be guessing all along who are the two players that are gonna end up on 50.
I'm super excited about another season of Survivor. I didn't necessarily like I'd ever watched Survivor, that is, until about 2 or 3 seasons ago.
Okay.
But, it's always cool seeing the new group and how they interact with one another.
Have you gone back and watched any old seasons yet?
You know, we watched the first season a little bit, but just sadly, there's something about watching so many shows nowadays where the video quality is so good,
Yes.
and then having to go back to video quality, which is so objectively old and bad.
It's only 20 years ago.
Yeah,
It's crazy how much it's progressed since then.
Yeah, super grainy, but
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to the new season.
Okay, I have to tell me all about it when you watch it later on tonight. I won't be watching, but
Tune in to Northern News Now here later tonight. Well, hey, we'll have your Does It Work product coming up in just a few.
Welcome back. There's still time to vote for what you think is the coolest thing made right here in Minnesota. And now you can do the same over in our friends in Wisconsin. The competition aims to highlight the state's vibrant manufacturing industry, and you can cast your vote at madeinwis.com. So I haven't really looked at the list too much, but do you know some things that are made in Wisconsin there, Ryan, other than cheese?
I think it said John Deere, which I think John Deere it must be a Wisconsin company. I could be wrong. It was objectively a list of 150 products, so I was trying to go through, and a lot of those products have a lot of let's say detailed names. So I was trying to figure out things myself, but you know, things that come to mind in Wisconsin. I mean, you know, Earth Rider Brewing in Superior. I had their beer recently. Very good. You know, mostly food and beverage related too would come top of mind.
One that comes to my mind is Jack Link's beef
Yep,
jerky.
Jack Link's, yeah.
That's right over there.
Northland area.
Yes, all sorts of good, breweries and fooderies and things like that. Is foodery a word? I don't know. But
yeah, even Minnesota too. Of like, what's the best food and beverages that we have in Minnesota?
Yeah.
And then you learn more about our manufacturing. Yeah, it's very eye-opening across both of our states.
Yep. I'll have to check that website out and go vote for something over in Wisconsin.
Yeah, madeinwis.com. Check it out. Well, hey, as I learned all too well last week, putting up a tent can be frustrating and time-consuming, but one company claims their design is so easy to set up, it only takes one person with 10 seconds to spare.
We'll be the judge of that. Rachel Hackbarth puts it to the test in this week's Does It Work?
Tanya Lorenz considers herself to be more of a glamper than a camper.
My son did Boy Scouts, and there was always like this family camp out thing, and it was always like, oh, how do you get this dang thing up? You got to put in the stakes, and yeah, kind of a pain.
This bag contains a $125 instant pop-up tent from EcoSmile. It's supposed to be painless to put up. The makers claim you can get it all set up in 10 seconds.
Well, it's not too heavy. Oh my gosh, it's bright orange. Oh, the bears are gonna find you easily.
Once we figure out how to unstrap it, the tent should practically put itself together.
Does it just slide off, you think? Nope. See, here.
Do we have to?
Ah,
Okay.
There we go.
And there it goes.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, wow. Oh, well, there we go.
Oh, it's it's upside down.
It's upside down.
Okay.
Flip it up.
Oh my gosh. Now we're campers.
Now we're camping.
This tent has 2 entrances and these windows.
Hey, we're camping. I really like this. I feel like a kid again.
Well, what do you think about this tent?
I think it's pretty cool. I think this would work. I mean, this would be really fun for especially like just backyard camping.
If you're planning on taking your EcoSmile tent to do some real camping, you're going to want to use these included stakes.
So you're going to just drive these stakes down in through these little loops on each corner.
Packing up our EcoSmile for storage proves to be just as easy as putting it up for camping.
It's like a twistable deal. You could just stick this in the garage like that.
This instant pop-up tent is easy enough. Tanya might consider giving camping another try.
Let's go camping, Rachel!
For Does It Work? I'm Rachel Hackbarth.
All in all, I mean, it definitely was harder to set up than they initially thought, but my gosh, that is quite the adventure right there.
They were fighting it for a little bit, but I will say if the poles are already in there, that's part of the problems with most tents is getting the poles in. But hopefully the tent works out. Hopefully for a couple of nights.
Yes, that's all you need it for. A couple of nights.
Yeah. Well, hey, stick around. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, everybody. The tent also kind of look like the little tents that you give your kid. Like, they just pop up a little bit and they kind of crawl through. Or maybe like a dog tunnel.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. The dog tunnel, the big wide thing. But once it was all set up, it didn't look like the quality was too bad.
No, it didn't look too bad.
Like yeah.
$125 bucks.
I'd sleep in that.
Yeah, me too. Well, but hey, before we go today, how about this? Researchers at Michigan State University want to lower the amount of ticks across Michigan. Researchers hope that vaccinating deer against ticks, similar to how dogs are vaccinated, will help reduce the overall tick population and then lower the risk of tick-borne illnesses in humans. The population of black-legged ticks is gradually increasing across the state, so they're working on ways to curb that problem.
Oh, ticks are just the bane of all of our existences,
I know.
man. It's just the worst part, one of the worst parts of summer. Mosquitoes and everything else, but ticks, man. Ugh.
They're always a problem, sticking around.
Always gross. Looking ahead, tonight is the live finale for America's Got Talent at 8 p.m. You can find the live event with all sorts of performances, and of course, someone's going to be walking home with the $1 million prize. Also, auditions are already underway for their next season, Ryan Half. Maybe you want to go check it out and see what's going on?
All right, I'll check it out if you check it
out.
out.
Maybe? That'd be kind of fun.
We'd be one of the people joked and laughed off stage.
Yeah. Get off the stage, please.
Too bad.
We thank you so much for joining us.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern